Hello, Fernando. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, cool. Cool. That's great. You're early. Well, I'm just gonna tell people on my YouTube channel that I'm going live now. And this is,
Awesome.
yeah, so thanks for joining me here in my just like a pop-up portfolio review just to help uh some of the guys that didn't get to show their portfolio from last year. So I'm trying to catch up. But I think I'll just do it this weekend. And I realized I had some trouble trying to figure out the best way to do it, and I think I know how to do it next time. So, but
So thank you so much for the opportunity.
oh no, you're welcome. Can you see my screen? Oh no, let me share it real quick.
Um,
Wait, here you go. I was sharing my painting for WandaVision.
oh, okay. Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I was just showing this just let people know I got to work on the film on the streaming show. Did you get to watch it, Fernando?
No, not yet. Actually, I just signed up for Disney
Oh
Plus
no,
last week. Watching it.
this is spoiler then.
Ah, that's fine. That's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, so it's Vision versus White Vision.
Wow,
Yeah, so this is how like one of the images would look like. You did a keyframe for Marvel Studios. Um,
that's awesome. So much movement.
yeah, I try to give as much story in one image as possible because they want to see almost everything. This image actually serves as multi-purpose, so I was also designing White Vision's costume here, but it wasn't the approved version. And another thing is kind of showing how the battle down below with Wanda here, and
Okay.
what's her name? Agnes? Agatha. Agatha. I keep on saying Agnes. But yeah,
That's awesome.
it's not that detailed, but as well as showing how the magic visual effects could look like. So a lot of stuff.
How long does a concept like this usually take?
It takes about, well, this was a week, I think. But sometimes, I don't remember anymore because it's like, I think iteration, you have to do like multiple versions of it. And I'd
Okay.
be, yeah, and I would have like this image, but then, like 2, 3 different costume changes. Um, and yeah, I feel like overall it really is 2 weeks with all the revisions.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. How are you
That's
doing?
awesome. I'm great. Thank you. Um, yeah, I'm very excited. When you said you were going to do this again, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
awesome. I was one of the first ones. So I was excited.
That's awesome. Okay, well, I guess we should start already so that I wouldn't use up too much time. Unless you have more questions about this.
um, I guess the only question that I have is how much of this is uh, just painting, or are you using photos? Are you using 3D?
I used he will break it down. The background is a photo. I had to find the right angle. Um,
Hmm.
for reference for the photo, like little pieces are from a photo. Even the houses. I mean, some of these houses are painted like this house right here. I painted that because there's no house there, and it felt
Right.
weird. Um, but then this debris here, I just looked for something that looked like debris, even if it wasn't, right? Just to put some noise there. The characters are painted, like fully just painted because I actually couldn't find any real reference. So even the pose
Mhm.
of this, I drew it just imagination. Um, I did look at myself in the
Вот
mirror.
сейчас типа
Awesome.
Hey, Ivan.
4 человека. Hey, Ivan.
How are you doing,
Hey,
Ivan?
do you like? Oh wait, can I like? Am I speaking right now?
Yeah, yeah, you're talking.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Oh man, I'm sorry. I never used Discord. Never. I used it like first time. Sorry. It's your
This.
stream. I'm.
Oh no, it's okay. Well, guys, just my friend Ivan just joined us. He's also another amazing artist. But I love him being with together in my streams because we have really good conversations that could help other people with questions. But yeah, he's awesome. Anyway, Fernando, so you first I think did I get to answer your question about this?
No.
Oh no, I didn't get to finish. Okay, so yeah, this is fully painted. So this guy here is painted. Um, these Kirby crackles have to be painted because the hardest part is there's no reference for it. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Most of the stuff at Marvel there's no reference for. You know, so it's like you gotta just come up with.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's why it looks so unique.
Yeah, it's except if it's like a realistic tactical costume, then you know. So for example, like even with this chest area and the texture right here, I did like a little brush and then I used a brush texture to go over the body, and then you kind of use overlay or screen layer. Like for example, if I did to kind of put the lighting back, let's say an overlay layer to add more light, let's say coming from this light right here. I like to flatten my brush sometimes. You know, and then I could put extra
I see.
light right there. Which I feel like, maybe I should have done that. You know, it feels like it needs a little, still makes so much mistakes to adjust that. But sometimes there's just no time. You know, you just have to. See, I'm even critiquing my own work now. It's like, yeah. So did that answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
How much painting? Like that's a photo back here, for sure. But there's a part over here where the road goes all the way across here, and that was messing up my you know, my shape of the cape. So I put a tree right there just so I could, you know, have more of this going on where.
Yeah, that makes it look more dynamic. That's
yeah, cool. And then you see like almost like an arrow right here pointing towards the head, this negative shape. So I mean, little things like that, you don't notice it right away, but then after how do you say this? After you're trying to figure out how the composition is gonna be, how can I lead the eye, you know? Then it slowly comes together, because it wasn't like this in the beginning. I just had a sketch of him, actually even bigger. He's like all the way here, and then Vision was all the way back here, but then I couldn't see their costume, but the action was good. But then you know, that's why I had to zoom out and then show more of the costume. So that's kind of like what you have to think of when you're showing something presentation wise. What's the focal point? Costume, and then the action. That's why it gets difficult sometimes. You know, there's even a eye lead I was doing here where the eye comes into here. You see his face, and then you kind of spiral down into this action right here. You know, that's happening at the bottom here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's composition a little bit. So yeah, okay, let's go to your piece right now. And Fernando, I think oh, could you post on portfolio chat the image you want me to look at?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't realize.
Yeah, I have it. I think I have your portfolio up, but I just it is you, right? So
yeah, that's me.
your stuff's pretty cool already.
Let's see. Let's do so portfolio chat, right?
Yeah, just put it in the portfolio chat, and then I have no help today, so it's just me.
Let's do this one.
Okay, cool. Oh, what happened there? Why did it do that? That's a little scary. The thing I'm scared of with here, if I suddenly accidentally save something, it goes to the folder I'm working on. Then you're like,
yeah.
Oh no. I just want to say thank you everyone for joining me here. I see some of the other people that I'm gonna be looking at their portfolio. This was yesterday's stream I did. So okay, let me focus here. Cool. So it's more this figuring out how to improve it a little bit more. Or
yeah, anything
Yeah.
you can think of, really.
Okay. First thing, actually, it's looking kind of cool already. I think first thing I'm gonna try to do is like maybe give a little bit more separation from the foreground and the background. And your composition wise, I feel like it's working. I wonder if I did just a quick gradient separation. Then when I zoom out, I could see it more. It really depends on how you want it to feel, because the other way is cool too. You could go multiple ways, where your foreground kind of disappears in the background, and you just have this one right here. Yeah, I'll do this first. We'll do a quick one, so because I'm gonna try to pay attention to my time a little bit. I would say this part is interesting. I almost want to take it out of there, see where I could place that so it's not on his head.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, can I put it down here instead so I could light the foreground a bit more, and because he already has a torch right there, maybe.
Right.
Did that mess it up? So maybe here. and maybe too much lights, but I'm just checking, right, where it could be. That kind of
Oh
help.
yeah, that's a fair point. That light was kind of distracting.
Yeah, and it was on his head, and it didn't quite it feels like the lights are really important. Hmm. I don't want too much lights either. Was there a reason why the lights were up there?
Um,
Is that
honestly, it was mostly because of the way I designed the whole room. It
uh
worked out well, but then when
yeah.
I did the specific camera angle, um, it wasn't working as well with the character. But I really wanted the character to be where it is.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Even just moving, I think like this could help. You, you know,
Yeah.
another cool thing you could do is uh, pay attention to. I mean, is the scale. To show something really big, you don't want it to compete with maybe the torch. So what I would do is make it smaller so I could feel
Mm,
this guy being much bigger, and then you could put a torch right here that's bigger. Then you'll feel more of that scale difference
mm.
in
Oh
perspective
yeah.
wise, right? So that one
Yeah.
that one feels better. It feels much better. So I could put this here, and then this torch, instead of being here, I'll put it right here, and then make it bigger. Then at least you have your perspective cues. Cool. Does that help? That kind of
Yeah.
improved
No.
it,
Yeah,
right?
that helps. Yeah.
So we'll look at the before and after. I mean, there's still a lot of work to do, but you know, if you're lighting it, take that thing out from his head,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could, if you have the curves there, you could just bring back the dark, around wherever you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there. I could even try another. Just turn off all the lights, and then start just
That's
turning
cool.
it on again. It's just this size of this torch has to change, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe the shape of it has to not be the same as all the other ones.
Yeah.
Right? So something like that could work too. Unless you want to show more of the interior. I'm just so used to having to show what's inside because you have to look at the design and stuff.
Right.
Definitely, I definitely need to change this torch. Yeah, there, that feels.
Yeah, that feels better.
Yeah. Also, one other thing you could try too is, what if? Just want to check this out. If I flip this character to see if having him flip will lead the eye better to your focal point.
Mm.
Like that. So he's going towards wherever you're going to. I mean, it could work. It's over here. Maybe the perspective, maybe this. needs to be more of lower angle, it seems like. Because your camera seems low, so maybe so I gotta but then this is competing, so I just tried it out. This one's not so bad, but if he was facing towards maybe...
Yeah, I like how it kind of guides towards the statue.
Yeah. Just wonder if he's bigger coming in. It feels better. Like he's coming into the frame. Then you could have more like overlaps and showing how close he is,
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, different options, but yeah. So I'm gonna go to next person.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh no, you're welcome. Hopefully this is helpful. And any last questions with this? It's good. So you gotta post. You gotta post your revision in the portfolio chat.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I just have like a general question.
Yeah.
And you don't have to answer if it's too much time, but just from like an overall view of my portfolio, is there something that pops that you think I should be looking out for, or?
I think overall you got some good variety. I think these are cool. This might take some time for me to think through, but what are you trying to... You're trying to work in games, or are you already working?
Yeah, I'm already working, but
Yeah.
I want to work on like live action films.
I see. Yeah.
I've been working more on animation and TV shows.
Cool. Maybe that's why I was like, oh, you must be working already. I mean, these are really cool stuff. Well, if you want like design work, character design work, maybe it's good to just have everything in characters, just so they know
Okay.
you're specialized. If that's, or if it's just creature design, only have creature design and maybe a few. But the good thing about this is you're already working and you have a variety of work. I think it's just about curating it a little better and just having more design work in there, I think. But it looks like you also want to do keyframe work, so these are cool for keyframe stuff. And it's got some cool stuff. I think it is just tailoring it to the kind of work you want to do, If it's for Marvel, let's say you should probably have more character. Let's say half of this is character and you got 5 keyframes, just to show lighting but you do know you have some really cool stuff here, like this one's cool. I think definitely looking at some movies to help for that to help you with some of your shots to make it feel more dynamic. I think that's when I say dynamic, I guess meaning that the angles or the subject matter really draws you in. Like let's say for this one, you could make this feel even bigger, and not feel like a model. It's almost there. I feel like it's almost there. You just need little details, little smaller scale stuff in the background here, making it feel more right, like realistic. Like what is in that area? What are the scraps that's around? Just adding that. Maybe some softer shadows, or I mean, it doesn't have to be soft, but just trying to play around with what could make this feel more realistic. And gradation, I think playing with gradation would help make it feel realistic. That's what I think.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you too for joining me here.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. So next person is Karching and Tarjet first. Are you here, Tarjet? I think you are here. I thought I saw you. Oh, there you are. Hey, Tarjet. Tarjay? Are you there or no? How about Catching? Are you there, Catching?
Yes, I'm there, but I don't have finished work, so I'm just to learn.
Oh, okay. I thought you had something for me to look at.
So no.
I thought you submitted. No, you didn't?
No, I just want to watch.
Oh, okay. Okay, Tarjet then. Tarjay? Are you there? No? Who else is here? That okay, anybody here that wants me to check out their work? Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Justin. Okay, Justin. Drop an image in portfolio chat.
Okay. Give me a second.
Oh, okay. Target. Oh, okay. Just.
Is this only for professionals, or is this like a group hangout?
Oh, this is just a casual group hangout. I was just trying to catch up with the portfolio reviews I had from last year's Lightbox, and some people were not able to make it, so I mean, I didn't get to the other artwork. Oh, okay. So but not everyone showed up.
Professionals, or is this like a group hangout?
Oh, this is just a casual group hangout. I was just trying to catch up with the portfolio reviews I had from last year's Lightbox, and some people were not able to. I'm hearing an echo. I mean, I didn't get to the other artwork. Is that you, Samuel? The echo? Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, cool. I remember. I have your portfolio up actually. Tar. Is this you, right? Oh yes, it is you. Okay, let me see. Her mic is not working. So just type your question for me. Target. Am I saying it? No, your name is Clelia. Just type your question for me if your mic's not working. In portfolio chat. Alright, I'm gonna just get this image. Alright, since the other people from the previous list portfolio chat probably didn't make it today, anybody I want to invite anybody that wants for me to look at their work. Just drop one image in portfolio chat and I'm gonna take a look at that. Also, yeah, this is from 9 to 11, Let me hear. I'm looking at Clelia's work. Clelia. Let me see if this time. Oh yeah, Samuel. Definitely, it looks like there's just a few people here, so I probably would be able to get to you. All right, cool. Here you go. Okay, Clelia. So let me look. It looks pretty cool. Just trying to see. I can help you with this. The first thing that jumps out to me is your pose and gesture. Maybe you could improve upon it by just making a how do you say this, like a stronger center line gesture, and just kind of follow that. So I'm gonna see where I could see how I could see the contrapposto with your gesture. So one shoulder could be going up and then the hip. So I'm trying to see where that is. Like you have this straight here and you have this going this way. So usually you want one hip higher and the other shoulder side in a contrapposto type position. So when you do that, I would suggest you do your pose on the mirror so you could see and feel how she should be standing. It's always like helpful to do that, because sometimes when you just think of it in your mind, it's hard to like figure it out. Or of course having reference is also good. But I would pose her this way. Something like that. So I have this base that I'm gonna try to move your work this way. Let me see if it'll work. Sometimes it doesn't work. See, I wish your mic was working.
Hello?
Oh, it's working now. Is that you?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know why Discord completely cut me out. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, so how do you say your name?
My name is actually Clelia.
Clelia. Okay, Clelia.
Yes.
Cool. Yes, did you have any questions while I'm trying to work on your
This
your
is actually a
pose?
new design. I literally posted for the review.
Oh,
So
cool.
I was
Wow.
still a little bit in progress, but I want to hear your opinion about.
Okay, good.
And I'm trying to focalize more on the costume especially. That's why also on ArtStation there is also some sketches of all the different parts for the corset and the socks and everything.
Yeah, I think it's looking cool. I just getting the gesture really will help sell the character a little bit more. I know sometimes it's like, oh, I want to get into the design right away, which you should, but your final should feel more gestural, I guess. Let me see. No, I'm not getting this right. It's gonna be really rough. Okay, so bear with me.
Thank you.
Yeah, there. So it kind of feels a little better. Still feels off balance for some reason. Cool. Well, there. I guess sometimes I need to see it with a gesture to try to slowly understand what I need to do with it. Oh, what's the story behind this? I didn't get to ask you.
It's actually started from a sketch on my sketchbook. I tend to draw a lot of fantasy characters, pixies, and I really like this one.
Yeah, it's
So I
coming
just
up,
started developing a little bit more. There is nothing particular, but yeah, it was also a test for me to see how can I work on the costume.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You're able to come up with an idea right before our portfolio review. But yeah, the first thing I had to take care of, for me anyway, was the gesture, and to have a clearer pose. But I love these poses you have here. If she's like a fairy type character, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, I like. This is why I feel. First, I feel like I need to have this a little bit bigger for some reason, to see if that could make it almost like symbolize fairy wings, but it's not, right? Just because I'm noticing that, yeah, like here you have it bigger here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, and what you could try to do is, instead of just something straight, you could try to play with the shape a little more. Even the like maybe if there was what do you call this? Not in. What do you call these little detailing that you could put on here? I forgot what you call
Lace.
Yeah, like lace or something. That could be cool. I was gonna say engraving. Because what's nice with these is when the light hits it, you could have this shimmer that's kind of cool, and it has a design element to it. I think that could be cool. And the other thing I'm thinking of is your material combination. This kind of softness is just here, but can we echo it throughout the whole body somehow? You know, maybe her boots could feel more lacy instead of like a thicker piece of boot. You know, more like this lace, so it kind of goes down here too. Just so you could echo that what's up there. That's just one idea. Of course, you could decide on making the boot the main thing and then echo that up through the body instead. And I like these little gold pieces that I feel could be down here somewhere. But I do like the boots. Maybe the boots could have the gold laces. Gold,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be better actually than this one. This one's changing the design too much. But yeah, and this could be, no, that can't be gold. So it's almost like trying out the colors, because gold and green kind of go well together. I think that's kind of like the colors of Loki. I wonder too if this was, if that would look good. No. So all I'm doing now is like taking certain colors and just testing it out, see if it feels better in when I'm distributing the details, right? Just trying to balance things out, so it's not just locked into the shoulders. Maybe I could show it here somewhere, and then it kind of starts bringing the design together, Is that making sense? With
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
hopefully it's working. I feel like it's working. And how does that attach to her shoulder? I'm trying to figure out.
They attach to the corset. Just
The corset. Yeah.
sorry.
There's some.
Yeah, basically they attach to the corset. I in the sketches on ArtStation, I actually try to explain it a little bit.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's another way that you could design that attachment. If there's a better way, instead of just going under the armpits here. That's one. I love these flower things too. That's really cool. I'm slowly like seeing little things here and there, like that could be more of your theme. Like maybe these flowers could be, over here, or even part of the shoe. That shape, this shape.
Oh yeah.
That could be there. Or could be here. It's like a balancing act now. For you, got some cool ideas here. They just all feel like they're all the superstars, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, which one, right? Which one can we keep as the main one? But the ideas are really cool, by the way. So you could have like a lot of versions of this. It's almost like you want to take, okay, this theme and do a set with this one being the dominant visual language. Like maybe it could be up here, or how can you use that shape. And then if you want to do other versions of with the shoulder piece and have that kind of echo throughout the costume, that could be another set. Like how does it look like with this? Like keeping like harmony, I guess, trying to see if that looks better. So these are all options that I'm just showing you that could work. But so far, this is kind of working cool. It's just a lot of colors. I'm trying to see which colors work better. That would be my first note, is trying to decide which colors you want so they're not competing so much. See, like that kind of works
Yeah.
a little. Okay, but I would just. Another thing I like doing, I like to work like with 3 or 4 at the same time, like in different windows, so I could see them all together, and then kind of make sure they're all kind of separate from each other. So I would do this. I would do. And the reason I have to put in different windows, so when I save him, I could just save him faster. It's a cool design. It's giving me more ideas, you know? That's what...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It came like... I like that one. See, I couldn't find out what was going on. I think it's because of that white that was very different from the whole design, that I couldn't place why it wasn't like harmonizing for some reason. It's another cool thing you could try is color balance, like making the shadows warmer. And then the highlights cooler, to see if that could harmonize it a little. And vice versa, you could do vice. And then put in another layer. So then I'll have these. You'll have these options now, and now is when I try to separate them from each other as much as I can by the silhouette. First the outer silhouette, and then the internal shapes. So first thing that I would think of is maybe the hair is the centerpiece. So maybe this hair could try to redesign the hair to make it different from the other ones. So maybe even pushing it the furthest from what you think they won't approve in the design. So that the reason being is so that when you present the design, they have a contrast with what you want them to choose, you know, and versus what you know they won't choose, you know, so it's easier for them to decide and not have any other what do you call this, like options they want to think about because they haven't seen it yet. And this flower theme, I just want to kind of make it feel like it's down here too, like these leaves or around her like this. It's not working. I need to keep her elegance, right? She needs to still feel elegant. I wonder if I could push the necklace a little more. Maybe there's a necklace there. Maybe her body, I could push the proportions a little bit more since she's a fairy. Maybe it could feel not realistic a little bit in body. And I'll probably take this opportunity to try to change this too, because they all have the same shoulder piece. Maybe see how that would look. Or what if I use this theme on her shoulder? Right, so then this feels different, right? A different look for her. I kind of like that actually. That's kind of cool. And then pushing this further out. Almost like shaping it like wings. Could be cool. I'm not. It could be wrong. Also.
No, I really like it. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, so you could do that, and maybe the layering. Okay, so now this third one. So this is how my mind works. I'm like, okay, I have that there. It's not quite finished, but I have the idea, and I have this one here that's closer to what you have, and then this one. What if I tried, instead of just one layer? What if it's multiple layers, right? Of going on top of each other and then layering over the corset, but kind of integrating a little bit better into the hold on. I have to move this on this side because I have my keyboard on my Cintiq and it's messing me up here. Yeah, this is really rough for anybody that's watching. I'm not trying to do a nice painting. I'm just trying to figure out how I could layer this. Maybe it could be in gold. Pop it out a little bit. I think that's one thing I'm noticing with this, but maybe that's just your color palette, but I feel I need to
I did choose a pretty muted palette for her. I kind of like it.
No, it's cool. I just can't see my I can't see my lines. But what if you had this lighting up and that's all like light, but it still has all the little, all the little lace that could, if you like that idea of the lace, you could have the lace going around here. And that could be lighting, but it is going to be harder to do that with a muted palette, I guess. It's a bit, no, but you probably could still do it. But yeah, that's one other idea that I could try for this. Did you have any questions with this? I have to move on to the next one.
I really like it. I think at this point I will make more version of the outfit, like for the original one for the day, and then maybe this one with the lights and everything for the evening.
Oh, that's
once you
cool.
walk in the forest, and have some variation. Because again, I like to specialize in costume design, so have more option is actually pretty good. I
think. And this is a good idea. I think it's really cool. I don't think I've seen any fairies done this way. Maybe there are, but I haven't seen one like this with this flower. I feel like you could even do more with the flower and the layering of the flower idea onto her corset, a little more layering.
Mm.
And I'm thinking, in my mind, of course, I'm used to like, if this was a Marvel character, how realistic can I make it look like? You know,
Yeah.
maybe I should do one for you if I have time.
Oh, that would be so
We'll
nice.
make this into like a more finished, like not finished in terms of rendering. I mean,
Mhm.
but now when
Yeah, my style it's not really on super renderized, so I tend to try to keep it more sketchy, more
Yeah.
loose.
But it's cool. It's cool. I think I'm leaning towards this one a little more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see.
This one, you know, it just feels lighter. She feels lighter, and the pinks go with, you know, not much of this dark. This dark is really, I'm still trying to make this work for some reason. I don't. It still requires more testing out stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's no other. And then when I make it dark, it just feels like she's becoming a bad fairy. You know?
That could be, yeah.
Yeah, that feels like a bad fairy. Like this one's working now, but then it doesn't feel like your initial design.
No, it's a little bit, but I really like the idea of glowing details.
Yeah.
So
And definitely her skin could. I like that it's showing a little bit here, and in her hands, maybe her skin there. To play that contrast up is really cool. Cool. So, Clelia? Clelia.
yes.
Yeah. So,
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you. Hopefully, this helps.
Oh yes, a lot really.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. And who's next after? Let me see. Let me check out portfolio chat real quick. Samuel, there's one more person I thought that was before Samuel. I think I got was okay. Let me see. Thanks guys again for joining me here. For anybody that's new, that's just coming into the stream, if you have any images you want me to look at, I'd be glad to give any paint over on it. Let's see.
I posted one in portfolio chat.
Okay, Justin. All right, I got you. Let me get Justin first.
Thanks for doing this.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you're welcome. Sorry, I keep saying. Thank you for coming here. That's what I wanted to say. Here, let me put this here. So this is an oil painting you did?
Yeah, the water soluble oil paintings.
Ah, cool. Cool. So, who were you painting?
A Filipino pool player, Efren Reyes.
Oh, I think I heard that name before. Efren Reyes. It's cool. I think I will have to see an image of him. Efren Reyes. Isn't he the legendary?
He's kind of retired. Yeah, he's legendary for sure.
I think I remember.
I like the billiard community, and I like to depict art for those types of people.
Ah, cool. I know that's not his face, but at least I could see how he looks like. I think the first thing I would kind of work on is making sure the nose is seen a little more. You could mix. I like your colors though. I know that you're being stylistic with your colors, so maybe a mixture of like yellow and yellow. I guess to make it darker, you do yellow, red, and blue until it gets to a certain darkness, and then you add a little bit more yellow, and then it could skew it towards yellow. But then you got these red ones here, that this red and black, that could probably also work if you want to make all your shadows like black, dark red, like how you have it in his cheek. Like maybe all the shadows would be dark red.
Intimidated to explore that process. Thanks for taking it to the next step.
Oh, you're welcome. It is always intimidating because you're like, I don't want to mess up my painting.
This is the first time I've submitted something for a review like this. I hope it's just like a casual chat.
Yeah. This is nothing to be afraid of or anything. It's okay. Just casual. Just trying to help out, people in my Discord.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, hopefully this is helping. So that kind of pushes that nose a little bit better, right? Just so that it's not disappearing.
Yeah, I'll explore that the technique to make it more visible.
Yeah. And trying that red, definitely trying that red for the shadows. Or even if it's just on this side.
It's nice to see how you can do the digital over the thing, because that part I was also intimidated by.
Yeah, definitely using the textures you have already. It's hard sometimes to make it work, but as you do it more, it doesn't get easier, but it just...
It helped having somebody walk me through the process, and so I appreciate that.
Awesome, cool. I'm glad. And also pay attention to your edges. I think having the right edge work with the cast shadows, like when the form turns or cast a shadow, making sure this is the hard edge and soft edge right here. Hard, soft. It kind of helps it feel more realistic. Like even this one, hard right here, and then you have your soft there. Even the eye, even your eye lid will cast a shadow onto the eye, and then it's softer up here.
Yes, it's very. It reads much clearer now that you demonstrated it.
Cool. Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be fully, because the style you have is more of this like very stylized. So it just needs like a little bit of those edge work, and of course making sure you decide, okay, yellow for the lights, or where the light is hitting, and then the shadows are going to be on that redder alizarin crimson kind of feel. So I think as long as you keep on following that, maybe not even put white till the very end. If you could keep it like yellows for the lights, more like very saturated yellows.
I'm gonna spend some time on it and try these ideas.
Cool, awesome. So there, did that work?
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you again. 10 o'clock. Okay, let's see who else. Okay, Sam, I think no one else had posted, so I'm gonna look at your stuff.
Awesome, thank you so much, Anthony. I actually realized that what I posted was like very low quality. So I'm just gonna upload like the same image again because I actually exported it this time.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
just do a crop. So it's
Okay.
uploading now. And yeah, man, thank you so much for doing it again. I appreciate it.
I think this. Are you saying
It
you're
should be it.
uploading? Okay. Here.
Yeah, it should be it.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's another sound in the chat, so I'm just like trying to clarify that it's not me. So, or
There's a
You
sound.
may have the YouTube video open and then you're hearing the chat from Discord at the same time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what happened to me. Yeah, it may be that.
oh,
Okay, let's see. You might have to mute yourself, Sam. I think it's coming from you.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool. So, man, sorry guys, the people from my YouTube live stream, I'm not able to reply, but thanks everyone on YouTube live stream for joining me. So this is Sam's work. Samuel, it looks pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
Is it it looks really cool. Oh, man, I don't know how to help you with this. It's already looking cool.
That's awesome. I was this is the inspiration was like a redesign of the original. I don't know if you're familiar with Parasite Eve.
Oh yeah, Parasite. Yeah, this is cool.
So this is supposed to be Eve. Yeah.
I think I'm trying to see what this is looking cool, but let me see. My initial reaction, again, this is all, just testing stuff. It could work, it could not work, but the first thing I want to try to do is try to play with the proportion a little bit of her body. See if it improves the dynamic, because the design's kind of cool, but sometimes you don't know it until you're like working on it a little bit more and seeing what could be improved. Okay, like now I feel that I could push her proportions a little more exaggerated instead of too realistic proportions. I guess I like making things a little bit longer. But again, Sam, the one you had looks cool already. This is just an option.
Yeah, for sure. Any input would be awesome. Yeah.
And I want to just push this gesture a little more. And I know she has hair back. Her hair is like darker. So what if the hair went down and then mixed with with her clothing? She feels like a demon, so it almost feels like this should be mixing. Maybe another thing Sam, if you have any questions while I'm doing this, feel free to ask, so at least I know what you're thinking too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love the idea of like putting exaggerating it a little bit more. For sure.
Cool.
And yeah, and like making the hair go a little crazy, like everywhere, sort of thing, like on top of the dress too. That works really.
So I like doing this curves layer. You guys probably see me do this a lot already. Just so I could push and pull like more into the space, and not just having things feel too flat, like this one coming more towards us. And
I got you, like foreshortening, like the tail is the closest thing to the camera kind of thing. Like,
yeah, exactly. And hopefully trying to add a little more like mystery and magic, which putting, I guess, trying a light source. Let me see. Let's use color dodge. Color dodge. But you want to fill color dodge with black first. So like what I'm trying to see is she's doing her magic. So is there a place I could have light to help make the scene a little more magical? It's already very magical, but then trying to come closer to the camera and then go towards, like if I could have some streams here that it's going to the foreground and going inside, like how can I use the whole canvas but try, when you're designing, not to keep it just within the canvas, maybe like using overlaps, using different ways to push the eye into the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now here's a before and after. And then it's almost like I've just changed the perspective a little more, and so it doesn't feel static. Not like this feels static. This already feels pretty cool. Also, another thing that you want to try probably is to give variety with her horns. Maybe it's two the same shape, the same size, I mean. So looking at some reference of just like deer horns or something. And I'm trying to push that perspective a little, where I feel like I'm looking from the bottom up.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe this. Let's get that gesture going. There, does that help? Like,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's something that I hadn't like thought about, because I just went into it just kind of like a regular sort of pose, like very, like you were saying, like static to the camera. But she's like, you know, she's more like dynamic of a character, so posing her in that way, that's perfect. Yeah, like from
cool.
above kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, because she's a yeah. So yeah, so that's one way to make it feel more dynamic. But yeah, awesome painting, by the way. I mean, there's probably a little more stuff we could try. Like putting like little particles in the air, right? Just flowing and stuff. Like fire down here or something. Then having those little particles, you know, from the front being bigger and then back here like smaller, kind of. And sometimes you won't probably see it so much, but if you, it kind of helps a little bit without you really knowing it's there, you know.
Yeah, I took I took a lot of inspiration from the Doctor Strange art book.
Awesome.
I just went into it. Yeah, man, the stuff on there it blows my mind. Like that must have been like a lot of fun, because it's just so unorthodox kind of, you know,
Yeah.
drawings and really exploring boundaries and going crazy with it. You know, I love.
That's yeah, cool. I'm so happy. Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones to work on. Color, and then you could use color dodge again. Let me see if I could. This is a fun piece you did.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I wanted to mess with a bunch of like different colors, because the take is like the original. She's a very organic character and more horror based. So this remake is kind of like in the vein of something more sort of mystical and psychedelic about it. Like whenever she shows up organically to people, like in their face kind of thing, it kind of distorts the way they see reality a little bit. So they see her, yeah, and there's like a vortex and things flying about. Like it doesn't really make a lot of sense visually for people.
I wonder if I made it bigger here. Oh, that yeah, and then put a guy right here whose soul is being taken or something in the foreground. That could be cool.
I love it. That's super
Yeah.
sick.
Cool. So okay, before and after, and yeah, hopefully you like it. It's all right. Was there any other questions now? I'm gonna move to the next one. If there's a next one, let me check. If anybody else, if you're just joining me here, if you guys have anything you want me to look at, just drop in the portfolio chat.
Yeah, sir. It's
Yeah,
one showcase your portfolio chat.
In portfolio chat or showcase.
Showcase.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, the Bella.
Who is
It's Cartworks.
Okay, was Joel Codina doing that too? Joel, are you there?
Yes, do you hear me?
Okay, okay. I was not looking at the showcase your work. Did you want me to look at something? I'm gonna go down.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I got confused. Maybe I just put it to the wrong place.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't look. And Samobia art. Oh no, I was going slow because I thought there's nobody else that wanted their work to be looked at. I only have 30 minutes. Let me see if I could get through you guys. Oh, thanks, Samuel. Sorry, I'm moving on to the next one.
Anthony, no worries. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's gonna help a lot.
Cool, awesome. So Joel, just this image that you're showing.
Yeah,
the Spider-Man.
Yeah, I did this some months ago, and I basically took one comic of Venom, and I tried to adapt one of the new characters from this from 2018 that was called Null. It's like the creator of Venom. And yeah, if you can take a look to it, or if you want to just send one of the images, like, or just take the one that you prefer, that would be great.
Okay, could you post a link that a image that I could copy, or
Yeah.
in
Give
the
me a second.
portfolio chat?
Yeah.
Oh, Put is here. Hey, Put. Okay, I gotta hurry up then. 10:22. Let me see.
Wait, I'm quite new with Discord, and I don't know how to post the image
Oh,
itself.
okay. Let me. Sorry, guys. I'm the only one here, so I also am kind of trying to organize this a little bit. I see your image, but I can't seem to copy it.
If
Okay.
not, click to the link and just download it if you can.
Yeah, it's I'm just gonna screen grab it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, here's one. Sorry, I'm just gonna screen grab the other guys that are here just to make sure I get this. This might be the last 3 people I'll be able to look at. And I'm streaming this on YouTube, and I'm gonna post it up, so if you guys need to see it again, it's there. Okay. I think next time I know what to do already for my next portfolio review. Okay, it's 3. And organize this portfolio chat a little bit better. All right. Here it is. All right, cool. Okay, so all right, cool. Yeah, this is looking pretty cool. The first thing I'm thinking of doing is trying to see if I could separate him a little bit more so it would be clearer with the background. And scale wise, I feel you need to play with your scale to push the perspective a little bit more, making it more dynamic. Like this guy could come to the camera closer a little bit more. This guy here in the front. I could even imagine this whole thing just skewing a little bit more this way. No, maybe not. Maybe just the background. So let's see. Okay, maybe. What is he fighting? Where is he fighting?
He's fighting in space, basically.
Oh, in space. Okay, so we gotta clarify that a little bit. Maybe there's could be like a planet here or something from far away, you know, and more stars here. Maybe the sun behind them or something, but far away. See, maybe I could change the colors a little bit in the background just to give some variety, but like subtle. You know, so now it doesn't feel as flat, right? And you could even have one side lit with more cooler light. And some of these characters could go further in the background if you make them, I guess, have the cooler light. And then we could focus our attention on him. I'd push him back, push some of these guys back a little more. I guess it really is kind of trying to clarify and just make sure it's clear separation, but not like it's a cutout, just planning out your lighting and making sure the lighting matches your overall like rules that you're giving yourself here. And I'm probably gonna make it cooler light here. And then warmer light on the other side. But not this harsh. I'm just looking at it right now just to see if it'll work. Oops. Oh, I was drawing on the image. See how it's slowly, I'm slowly getting the separation. I feel like I need to darken him like this so it feels more natural if the light's coming from this side. It looks like there's a light coming from up top on this guy. Did you use a 3D program to get the lighting for this?
Yeah, but I fake a bit the light direction because if not, I was too busy with these shiny guys. So yeah, maybe that's the thing.
Yeah, so establishing the light a little bit better. Like, okay, I'm gonna put the light behind him. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it a blue light and just one light source behind him, like this. So then I could push this guy back, and then from this light source, I'm gonna set everyone up with the right lighting. So if the light's coming from here, this one guy gets his light from up here. And I'm also trying to get out some details that is competing with my main character, your main character. I put this hand in. Maybe I'd put this hand out just so it's clear that he is killing this guy. Maybe it even goes through his body on the other side. What's his powers? Can he do this? Or is it just like Venom?
I think he can. Yeah.
Yeah. So just, blood, and since it's in space, the blood will kind of float, I guess.
Yep.
Just a lot of blood floating around in. Is this blood? I can't. Is this blood? What is this one?
This is like the sword you have.
It's what? What is it?
It's a sword. I don't know if I pronounce that well. It's called Necro Sword, I think, in Marvel.
Oh, okay. You could put that. Try to figure out how to put that properly later on, because it's kind of distracting your overall shapes within his pose. So I just want to make sure it's clear that he's doing this pose.
Yeah.
Like that. Then you zoom out, see if you could see it. So not quite. So I still have a lot of work to do with him, but you get the idea, right? Like getting him a little more separate from the background, but with the backlighting to separate him instead of making him feel like a cutout.
It's great. Like, I understand what you're trying to do, and it's quite great. Like, thank you so much for doing.
Oh, cool, awesome. I'm glad this is you're seeing it. It's still a lot of work because earlier I just need to get that clear separation in an atmospheric perspective. And using gradation also helps to. Right there, it's kind of separating a little bit more. Now I gotta push these guys back a little bit more on the red side of stuff. Then maybe play with the contrast. There, is that helping?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So that to that, then you can make it feel more like it's in space. So one was scale issues, and then pushing your perspective, and how do you help with that, by using atmospheric perspective and rescaling your characters to make it feel more dynamic. So even this guy, I think I could make him smaller, maybe even facing that way, so you lead the eye into the frame. Because now what I'm trying to do after separating, I want to see how does my eye go in. Does it go in this way and it goes around in a spiral from here? So if this is what I want to do, so it could kind of, eye goes in, you see his face, it loops over into his arm goes into his face, right? And around and maybe back into here. And if it exits here, how can I bring it back? So you've got this spear here, that's cool. Maybe I could have another person here, to help have the eye come in a little better. Or just light. Maybe there's light or something. Right, that could help. Maybe a spear. Maybe there's a spear right here. Or something like that. Yeah. Cool. That helped. I'm gonna go to the next person. Do you have another question before I move on?
No, like that's like super great. Like, thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah. So hopefully it'll help. Post your final on the portfolio chat when you're done.
Okay. Thanks.
Awesome. All right. So next is. Who's next? Let me see. I forgot. Samo.
Yeah, it's still Samo. Yeah.
Oh, Samo. Okay, Samo. You're next here. Okay, Samo. Alright. This is your stuff. This is cool. That's cute. Nice painting.
Oh, thank you.
Did you have a question first before I start?
So I still feel like there's still a lot of work to be done, and in terms of like the background, and I feel it's a little blown out.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'm not sure. I mean, what do you think?
I think actually it's good already. But of course, there's always ways to improve, and I could try some stuff to see what could work. Maybe messing around with your contrast first. If it's like a film shot, what time of day is it? Because of your background, it feels like it's an overcast day, so it almost feels like it would need just softer light, soft shadows or something. Or actually, I could even do it the other way around, where you put the lights like a soft gradient. That feels like a tsunami coming in the background. It's not, right? It's the mountains.
Oh no, yeah, it's the mountain.
Yeah, it's like she's so powerful. She bringing a tsunami in. So that helps a little bit, and then the next thing you have to consider is kind of the perspective, right? How we could push the eye to go in so it's not doesn't feel flat, and what is making it feel flat is the grass here at the back. Maybe you could push that grass in. So if I imagine perspective lines going this way, how can I use the darks and lights of the the grass to help my eye push the perspective in a little more
Okay.
and have more of overlaps, you know? Oh man, what's this Microsoft thing? Get out of here. Okay, another thing might help maybe. Hold on. Maybe it's feeling weird because there's also possibly because his legs cut off here. Maybe if we made it bigger, I wonder if that would.
Yeah, I think I should have posted like the full image because
Oh, it's bigger than this.
yeah, I actually posted that from my art station, and it's I have like an image there where it has like the full without the bars and all that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
this is it's also not that bad that it's cut here. I was just wondering if I did have a little bit more, would that help? But it would change the shot. The shot's actually not bad. I could just really play with the overlaps of the elements here to push the perspective to help it go in some more. Also, the landmark landscapes that you could use that could be closer to us. Overlaps really help kind of just need to see it in. I might need reference for like mountains and stuff. Yeah, that would work. Maybe what is she thinking? Is there like what's the story behind?
This is actually an avatar from the Last Airbender series and everything. So I try to like make a keyframe of her just like meditating.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So yeah, I'm just thinking maybe I could have the background feel like how she's feeling, if it's jaggedy or yeah, this kind of helps a little bit already, right? Like
Yeah, it really does. Yeah.
it's just a few things, and like this color here, it feels like you could have these colors somewhere else, you know, like maybe if it was in the foreground and there's like stuff here, you know, like other stuff around her that would make this feel more like a livable space. Like maybe there's incense burning, you know. Then you could kind of play with that wind, because you have this wind blowing. Maybe that could also help. Then you could break this shape up by putting stuff that's going in front of it. Maybe you have another instance thing behind her. Again, to play up that perspective, and that could go behind her hair.
Yeah, that's really helpful. Yeah, I see that now. Okay.
Then to test out, oops. Oh, that's kind of cool. There's an accident. Interesting. I wonder if I mean, it needs some work, but then she doesn't look like she looks like she's doing a spell on this thing now. Just a second, guys. I need to answer this call real quick. Hold on, okay? Sorry.
Sure.
All right, cool. I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I think this. Maybe one more thing you could add is another. Like, since I placed mountains there, you should probably add another building back there. Yeah, maybe it doesn't work like that. Maybe over here. Nope. I feel like there has to be one back there, but I don't know where. I don't know where yet. Also, this green probably needs to be a little more muted. Just a little bit. Yeah, so I think that helps it a bit. I mean, you'll still have to keep on going with it, but does that work?
Yeah, it really does. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Awesome. I'm glad.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right. You're welcome. Was there a last question before I move on? I mean, I know I don't get to say. Hopefully, it's clear when I say which ones I'm using for the adjustment layers and that kind of stuff.
No, that's it.
That's it.
I really thank you for your time. I really appreciate it now.
Awesome, Simon. You're welcome. Okay, next person is sorry, I'm looking.
Cart works.
Cart. Okay, cool.
Cart.
All right, Cart. You have a question? Oh man, I just have 10 minutes left. I'm gonna try to get you 10 minutes for you and 10 minutes for
Sure.
for Poon somewhere here. All right. What's your question?
Yeah, like I've designed it as a witch.
As a witch,
So,
okay.
yeah.
I think
Also a hunter. Like he hunts a vampire and
oh, okay,
creatures.
cool. First thing I want to do is you guys shouldn't be like shy to make it bigger on the screen, unless you needed to do that for a certain purpose. But if you're presenting it in a portfolio, or in a presentation at work, you want to really try to get it a little bit bigger and making sure that she is the star of the show, right? She's the star of the show. Let's not make it difficult to see her design.
All right.
Right, that's the first, and I feel right away she feels more like intentional, like her her presence is more felt. Okay, so that's the first. And the next thing you can try is your gesture. Like just pushing, like if her chest is going this way, maybe I could push it a little bit more. Of course, don't warp it too much where the face is getting messed up. But what you can do after you warp that, you could take your old picture and then just get the right proportion for the face and just put it on there, because you know the face got warped. There, and then now you try to start separating it a little bit from the background, but using gradations, like if I would separate with a gradation from light up top to dark in the bottom part of the background, then when it comes to her, she would be so I'd group her into another folder and then turn that folder to normal and then use curves. Now I would try to get her to be darker from the top and then lighter at the bottom, or you could still go the other way. You could still go, actually, since she has a light source right here, I would make this light and kind of have everything get affected by that light. So this would mean you need to take photo reference of yourself with hold like a lamp or something and try to get that reference for the light source. And now I'm gonna darken the side that's not getting hit by the light. Cool. And then after you establish that, then the next thing I would want to try to do is try to see, definitely get reference for your cloth, or just wrap cloth around your waist or something, and then see how these folds properly fold and fall. Also push your shapes for, like, don't be shy to try how long this could be if that feels better. I like this metal piece right here. Where else can I put that shape? Because it's like right in the middle. It's very different from everything else you have. So I'm thinking how to incorporate that better. Oops. So I'm gonna put the light in here already. Sometimes it helps me think of how these pieces would feel first. Do you have any questions with this? Is it working?
It's working.
Trying to design your harness. Like, is there a better way? Also, you know, you have these armor pieces here. Does she work for any company? Company? Is
It's
she?
actually a hunter, so like kind of soldier type.
She's a soldier.
Like tribe. He's a soldier of her tribe. Tribe.
Oh, her tribe.
Yeah.
Maybe the tribe has some kind of insignia or something. Maybe she could have that.
It's actually in the middle of the chest. There's a symbol.
Oh, this symbol. Okay. Maybe this symbol right here. This little piece. I see. So maybe that could be maybe you have to figure out a design that I could really see that symbol. Maybe this metal piece could be over here, and then now I have, another metal piece like that, then it'll feel like it's more incorporated. And then maybe I could put that melt piece somewhere else to just making it like echo that same design element somewhere. Is that how that looks better? I think, right? Like those little changes you could do. It's like from here to here. She looks a little bit more buffer, but maybe
Heavy.
yeah, maybe just a little heavier. But you get the idea. You could just redo and make her the same proportion that you had. But presentation wise, it would feel more impactful, but probably require a lot more design work. The pieces that we have here. You see she fights vampires? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you'll need the weapons. I feel like this piece of armor here is gonna be hard for her to move her stomach. It's either do more layering and kind of try to incorporate that piece a little bit better. Somehow there and maybe even down here and here. So like your distribution of details, you want to see. I don't want to change it too much. I want to try to keep within your design. Cool. I'm going to move on to the next one. The last one is, did you have any question before I go to the next one?
No, actually, right now it's kind of sci-fi.
Oh, was he supposed to be sci-fi or no?
Now it's looking kind of sci-fi. Like I love the changes you've done.
Oh, cool, awesome. Yeah, and then this will just be another version, and you have the original as a version, but make sure she's a little bit bigger, and then you can have it side by side, and then kind of design it based on seeing both of it at the same time, and then do a third version.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
You're welcome. Let's hopefully this helps.
Yeah, it's helping.
Okay. Last person. Are you here, Put?
Hey.
Hey.
Thanks for sneaking me in at the end. Sorry, I was supposed to be here yesterday, but something came up, so I appreciate you.
I know. I was wondering where you were.
Yeah, sorry about that, but I appreciate it.
Oh, it's cool. So, questions first?
So yeah, I mean, this is just like an early design pass. Basically, I thought I'd give you something that I'm like, maybe partway through, and I'm thinking about different like design directions and shape stuff, and just kind of ask you to scribble on it and see how you think about like different forms, and then like I guess like form language and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the perspective's all kind of funky on the wings and stuff, and that's just because it's like me exploring stuff and then just popping it in to try out different like shapes and things like that.
Yeah. Cool. It's it looks like she's like a insect type.
Yeah, I was
mech.
looking at like dragonflies and bees and things like that. I think the prompt I was responding to was crazy flying inventor type. So
cool.
Like, let's just see what kind of different forms and ideas can kind of come out of that.
I think it's looking cool. I think it feels like we could try out maybe. I mean, I don't know if this is gonna look cool yet, but I like to maybe push the shapes a little more, like to the point that maybe it doesn't look right, but at least I could tell if it could get another idea through, like if the head went further out like this. Then just try to incorporate that techno. Is this a visor in her eyes right here?
I guess so. It's just like thinking about how can I? Yeah, sure, visor.
Yeah, if that's a visor, then maybe you could see the light technology going into these other multiple eyes right here. Cool in her hair. Yeah, just make this head a little bit bigger. What's cool is when you see it initially, you won't see the face inside, but the second read you'd see it and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder. And then it's not a creature. It's a techno. It's like a insect mech suit, right?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, second read stuff. That's hard for me, but that's helpful to think about.
Yeah. Just getting it to feel more technology based, with the with using like hard edges and stuff. I think it. I wonder. Wow, this is harder than it's kind of looking cool. That's why it's a little harder for me to figure out. But in terms of functionality, maybe there's a way to separate this a little more, or maybe even pushing this further out and giving more joints on this. We have to look at insect joints. How? No, that doesn't look good. It's like the first areas I feel like I'm seeing is the functionality is the first thing, because whenever you think about mechs, I want to make sure our mech suits, make sure we're thinking about how things can move. Where her hips, hopefully her hips can move, and making the technology, making it available for it to move. So this would be the first part I saw anyway when I'm looking at, like, I gotta fix this part. and then this could be like more how do you say this, like mobile, this area right here.
Okay, yeah, also like segmentation. That's
yeah, yeah, because you have it here, so I feel like, oh, I need to have it down there too. And this for your language right here, I want to like bring it down here more. Maybe somehow it could be down here too. Kind of try to incorporate a little bit better. And you have this circle shape here, and these pieces look cool.
Yeah, I was thinking, I guess the idea is she's sort of a support character, so thinking about giving her like little grenades to toss down.
Oh, I didn't see that screen. I thought that was
Yeah,
like,
because like you said, right now there's little orbs. There's no like.
yeah, but feels like part of her technology that she doesn't get. So I kind of like that. So maybe you could put it somewhere to kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not coherent. It's, I keep on using the word echoing, like harmonizing it with the visual shapes that you have. Like if you have a circle here, how can we add more of that circle around? Which it seems like it's happening already. And then you have you know how when you harmonize color, like, you know, dominant red color, and you have a little bit of blue around and a little bit of yellow. Now your dominant visual language is these segmentations that should be the main thing that you're kind of showing off in this design. But then your secondary shape is this one. That's what I see anyway, that I want to try. It could always change later.
That's cool. And then kind of speaking of color, because that's something that I often struggle with, like color breakups. Obviously, you don't have time to do like a whole pass on that, but I was curious, like, how do you think about that when you're approaching that kind of thing?
I try the simplest one first. Like if it was like I think it's called two-tone, where you decide on one color first and then try to do variations of that color. See if that works. Variations meaning so it's a blue, but is it more saturated blue, or is the value of the blue changed? Like if we did this, I could do this real quick. I'll give you 5 more minutes. Like if I did a hard light on this and it was red. Let's say she's all red. So go all red first. Going warm first helps, or all cool, but usually going all warm and then trying, like, you know, but it's still within the red family, you know what I'm saying? Like like how would that look like if this is breaked up here and shoulders, and then down here? So it's like how's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like the usual suspects, I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it's let me darken the neck piece, or this like if you look at clothing, some clothing, you know, only the pants is darker, and then the upper part is not dark. You know, how would that look like with darker gloves? Like looking at just regular fashion stuff, you could try that out and see if that works. And then just trying to really what's the word? Use up all the resources with just doing the red, using up all your versions with just using the red, and then later on coming in with, okay, what if I did blue a little bit here, or, you know, how would that affect it? And then you start seeing the push and pull from, you know, from the colors. or the colors that you already know that that his skin's gonna be this color. So I'm using hard light, but you could use also color to test out color layer. Sorry, the color layer to test out your colors, and then you could also go into curves and then see, you know, the lightness and darkness of each one. Let's see if this was, oops. And then don't forget about the background, of course, because sometimes the background helps really pop your character out.
I see, that's cool. So kind of as with anything, working from like larger masses and then kind of slowly getting smaller and more specific within that breakup.
Yeah, within the breakup, and definitely testing out the, you know, the relative color beside each other to see how that looks. But starting off with just basic like red or blue, or even just all grays, just to see the value breakups first, is good. That doesn't mean you can't start with color right away. It's just different ways of seeing it. But sometimes in your mind, you kind of have the color ready. Like for sure, I know her skin tone is going to be skin, so maybe I'd do that first. But hopefully that helps. I mean, it's
yeah. Thank you. That's a lot, and like not a lot of time. That's great. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Here we'll do just see before and after. Yeah, but cool. I really like the what's happening here inside here. That's cool. That's why I feel like that's strong. So you probably want to put it down here.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool.
Awesome. All right, guys, this is gonna be the end of my stream. Thanks again for joining me, everyone, and I'll have one more tomorrow for an hour. Just all anybody else that didn't make it today, and that's probably gonna be it for a while. It's unfortunate I didn't really plan this out so well that I didn't get everyone from the last sign up sheet from last year. But I'll get better at this. I think I'll be able to. I think I have a better system to get people to just sign up, and then I'll just go through the list. Maybe I could do like a limited thing, so I could go through everyone, and next time I'm probably not gonna promise to take care of the whole list, because I think no one's there. You know, no one's able to come during a certain time. But you know, I'm glad you guys got to come and show your stuff. All right, thank you again, and you know, have a great weekend, everyone.
Thank you, Anthony.
Okay, welcome.
Bye.
Okay, bye, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, bye guys.
I really appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.